Why, though? Why Oakland? What's so bad about San Francisco?
That is not San Francisco.
That's Oakland.
I know, but what? I'm so confused.
Did you know that San Francisco and Oakland are actually the same place, Avi?
Welcome to 5280 Real Talk. I'm Gavin Foonberg.
I'm Avi Cohn.
And I'm Ulan Schneegel.
We got some very interesting topics to talk about, just like always. So let's get right into it.
The trivia question for this episode is, what is the number of most consecutive NBA MVPs? Your options are 5, 2, 4, or 3. Stay tuned to the end of the episode to see if you get it right.
Alright, so our first news is Russell Westbrook getting 182 triple-doubles, passing Oscar Robertson on the all-time list.
Mr. Triple-Double.
Yeah,
Yep.
very impressive.
He's officially the king of triple-doubles.
True that.
True that.
Do you think he gets enough credit for it? Because I feel like
Yes.
now it's just...
I
You do think he gets enough
Yes.
credit. I think he's just like... I think he's kind of under the radar, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
Like, no one talks about him being like a greatest point guard. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
But then
That's
again,
fair.
But then again, no one ever talked about Oscar Robertson being the greatest point guard.
No.
So, I mean, he's yet to win a championship. So
True.
I don't think that's really his fault. He could have won
he's
on
had
OKC.
some very
Yeah,
good teams.
he's
he
had
won.
some really good
OKC,
teams.
and that's it. Who went against the
He's
Staff
had many
Warriors.
teams that have the
He also
ability to do it.
played with MVP Harden.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that team wasn't good enough to win an MVP.
yeah, they totally were. They were a contender.
A contender, they weren't a champion.
The reason why it wasn't good enough team is because Russell Westbrook is not the best point guard of all time.
There you go.
Hold on, but
Yeah.
the Wizards are about to win a championship this year, right, Gavin?
Okay,
For sure.
Our second piece of news, Jacob deGrom, the Mets ace and a lot of people's Cy Young favorite, goes on the IL. Is his season ruined, you guys?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he's fine.
I mean,
He only has like tightness in his hamstring, I'm pretty sure, or something like.
No.
Maybe it's his back.
Yeah, I thought it was just like hip or something.
I don't think his season is ruined, but I think I had a bold take a couple episodes ago that he was going to have like the best statistical season for pitching of all time. I think that is ruined just because of the games he'll miss.
Yeah, there was no structural damage.
He's, as I would like to say, he's fine.
He is fine.
But this time he like actually is fine.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
I think he'll be okay. He's only on the 10 day, which always I feel like turns into like 20 days, but
Yeah.
I think he'll be back.
Well, more news in the MLB. The A's are looking into relocating. What's with Oakland and relocating? Like,
It's
other than the
Oakland.
Warriors. Why, though? Why Oakland? What's so bad about San Francisco?
That is not San Francisco.
That's Oakland.
I know, but what? I'm so confused.
Did you know that San Francisco and Oakland are actually the same place, Avi? It's a conspiracy theory. Oh,
I'm so confused. Where's Oakland? Where's Oakland?
California.
Are they like right next to San
It's
Francisco,
the
though?
northern part of California.
it's not San Francisco.
Ladies
Isn't
and
it right next to
gentlemen,
San Francisco?
Map of California.
There's a reason why there's the San Francisco 49ers and there was the Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
But
then again,
I
there
can't
was-
tell from this map.
Whatever.
But yeah, Oakland is in California.
I'm dumb.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you could stop talking for right now.
Alright.
I don't know what it is. I guess that it's obvious that they don't have that big of a fan base if they're getting... I mean, the Raiders always seem to have, like, huge fan bases with...
Scary people.
Yeah, with scary people.
people. Where do you think they'll go? I've
Vegas.
Could be anywhere.
Vegas.
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 Hey, there's no team there, so they could.
Yeah.
All right,
Why does Las Vegas have, like, no teams?
because they're already doing too much gambling. there.
Because
They don't
no one
need-
actually lives there. They all just travel
Yeah.
there, like, every day.
For my bold take this episode, I think that the Mavs are making the conference finals, and let me explain why. I think that the Nuggets are injured, and right now that would be the Mavs matchup, the 5 and the 4, Mavs being the 5. I think the Mavs win that series in either 6 or 7 games, probably 7. But then I think they play the Jazz. I think the Jazz, I've been saying this all along, regular season team. And I think, you know, I just called it. I think that the Mavs are beating them in 7 games. And
Here,
There's no doubt that they are a dark horse team. They're a sleeper team.
But their literal best player is about to get out for the season because of technical fouls. You cannot tell me he's not going to get another.
Let's not even talk about that, okay?
It's only a 1-game ban.
And then it's 3, and then it's like 10, and then he's out. Okay, whatever. Regardless of that, let's assume that he doesn't get out for any games from a suspension. The rest of his team is not very good. Besides him and Porzingis, there's a reason why they don't have that great of a record.
And
they have a good record, but there's a reason why they're not number 2 or 1 in the
And Porzingis
West.
is injured 96.4% of games, so
Exactly that percentage.
Okay,
too. That's why
he's
Davis
coming back
Bertans
just to
is
get
better.
re-injured. No,
That's why
bad.
Porzingis could play injured and be better than Bertans. So
Bertans is actually shooting so well right now.
Well, that's his job.
Okay, whatever. Why?
Okay,
Other than if everything goes as you plan for it to go,
they're not beating the Nuggets. First of all,
They're not beating the. No, yeah, I don't think they're beating the Nuggets. They're not beating the Clippers. I don't think they're beating. You have to.
they might not
Utah
even.
is
They don't have to.
so
They're
good.
not gonna have to play the Clippers.
They might. Oh well, eventually.
Not.
No,
not
he's saying
in the
conference.
sen-
He's making. They're making.
I'm saying they're making the
conference.
conference finals, which
Is still wrong, but
The Western Conference Finals.
yeah, which
Then-
means right now that they wouldn't have to play the Clippers.
Okay, I still think. I guess it's definitely possible.
well,
I just
anything
think
is
based
possible.
on. Well, I'm saying based on how it's formatted, them being able to avoid the Clippers, and
They
I guess,
might not play the Nuggets. They're half game ahead of and you're banking on them playing the Nuggets.
Okay,
They're half game
but-
ahead of the Blazers.
But if you look at the Mavs schedule to end the season, I think it's Grizzlies, Pelicans, Toronto, Minnesota. That is very, very realistic 4 wins.
Minnesota's incredible.
It's very realistic 4 wins.
Very realistic. You know what else is very realistic?
What is?
4 losses because
No.
Luka's gonna get another technical foul and get literally out for the
Even
season.
still, Minnesota.
You know what? Bold take. Dallas is sweeping every team they play, just like Miami.
I did not say that. I never said they were gonna sweep. I think,
Luka, what makes you think Luka's not gonna get another technical? I'm sure he's gonna get another technical.
Yeah, just,
and that's a 1-game ban.
and then you're 2 games down.
He's already has a 1-game ban.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
did one of them get
He's 1 shy of a 1-game
Okay,
ban.
he's gonna get it. That's obvious because he
It's
gets it.
Luka
He
Doncic.
literally just punched Sexton for
That
no
is
reason.
fair. He did.
He tried to end his life.
Let alone
literally tried to make
he gets
it so
a
that he couldn't
technical
have
for
kids.
breathing too loudly. So what makes you think he's not going to get a technical foul? So
I mean,
he's definitely going to get a technical foul and get out for the season. He literally out for 1 game and then get another one, get out for 3 games and then get another one, get out for 40
he's not
games.
just gonna get he has gotten a lot of technical fouls, but it's not like a 100% chance that he's just.
There's
gonna,
like a 50% chance he gets a technical foul every
in the
game.
next game.
exactly.
Okay, regardless, my bold take for this episode is that this is confusing, but Toronto is the literal best worst team of all time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, I'll clarify.
I understand.
They, on paper, they have 3 debatable All-Stars, 2 previous All-Stars, and Van Fleet, who's really good. Okay, that's
An all-star that's like 46 years old, but that's besides the point.
he's still good. They've had, and they have a bunch of good role players in OG Anunoby. You know, they have good role players. They had Powell, who was having a great best year of his career. They're great on paper, but they just can't win, and I think it's partially because of they've been living in a hotel
Okay.
the whole season, and they've had a lot of drama with Kyle Lowry wanting out and stuff. So on paper, they look like they should be a finals contender on paper.
Here's a problem.
But they just got eliminated from the playoffs.
There are so many teams like that in the NBA.
That's not true.
Yes, there are.
No, it's not.
I
The
don't think there's a
Timberwolves,
lot of
one of
teams
the
like
worst teams in the league, have
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Who's been out all the time.
Not recently. He was out in the first half of the season. They have not been very
First
good.
half of the season, Elon.
Yeah, and they haven't been good with him.
They've been decent. Okay, regardless, Towns, okay, who hasn't made the All-Star game in like 3 years.
Anthony Edwards, who's
A
been
rookie.
really good.
Yeah, who's been solid lately, yes.
D'Lo.
Who comes off the bench. He's not the D'Lo he was in Brooklyn.
All right, I have a team for you that
The
is
Pelicans.
Who's the rest of their team? Juancho Hernan Gomez?
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Juancho?
They have Malik Beasley.
No, but the whole point is Toronto was like they won the championship. Obviously, they had Kawhi, but they still have great players, great supporting cast. They should still be a playoff team, especially in such a bad East.
Yeah, I think one thing
They should be a playoff team, but
I have a team for you. The 2007-2008 Miami Heat were not good at all record-wise, but on paper, like this Raptors team, you have a pretty washed Shaquille O'Neal. I'll give you that. A pretty
Washed.
at
Like
that,
400-pound Shaquille O'Neal. that's like
no, that was
not
Celtics.
Shaquille O'Neal.
That was Celtics Shaq.
And
Okay.
old my
Alonzo Mourning, Sean Marion, D Wade, and Jason Williams. I think this team should
Jason Williams was a very flashy player, but no one really liked him. Like no one really liked him like as an actual player. He was just flashy. He was good, but
You can even look.
what
at
was
teams,
the record?
the record was I think it was
Even look
12
look at teams like
12 wins.
and
What?
no 15 and 67.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think that team is definitely the better.
Well, how
Warriors.
old is Wayne Wade then? Not that old.
He was I think probably in his mid to late 20s. Is my guess.
No, he was
There's
older than
no way that team won 12 games.
15 games. 15 and 67.
Okay, that is the best worst team of all time. What?
Dwayne Wade at this time 2007
Who-
2008.
Were they playing with a bunch of like 40 overalls? Other than that,
He was
they just like grab people out the street to play with those 5 players.
I mean, I guess.
Did you just like Google best worst team of all time?
I googled worst NBA teams, and then I found one that had a good on-paper roster.
But even look at teams like the Pelicans, who have Zion, Lonzo.
They're young though, and they don't have experience like from the past. They weren't a championship team a year or 2 years ago.
He
Yeah.
was 26 at that time.
Well,
Is he good?
I mean, in that year, he averaged.
Wait, what? Okay, but Sean Marion wasn't good then.
I
was
mean,
it's a young.
he
Sean.
was just coming off his years with Steve Nash, so he wasn't horrible. I mean, that was like right after.
Yeah, and then he went
Those-
to Dallas, right?
Yeah,
And
after
then won
that.
a championship.
Yeah, won a championship.
Okay, that's actually terrible. That's
Yeah.
the worst.
I don't know how this team was that bad. I mean, you have a 26-year-old Dwayne Wade, like, after he'd won a championship, 2 years after.
Oh my.
All right.
God. That's actually terrible.
Yeah.
that's terrible.
On to my bold take. I'll move over to the MLB. I think that the Dodgers are going to lose in a wild card game, and they've done nothing this season that I think is going to prove me wrong.
I thought they were winning the championship.
Yeah, and I've completely changed after these past 2 weeks because they
Okay.
cannot win a game.
Here's my opinion. They are
Like, Spurs.
still not a favorite, obviously, but they're still I would not count them out of winning the World Series. I still think that they're a good top team. They're in a slump. I mean, it's been a long slump, but it's early in the season. They're really good on paper. They're really good on paper. I don't know.
I think
crazy.
that this team, they're obviously started, I think it's their first 35 games because they're, 18, 17.
And they're horrible.
Yeah, they are not nearly living up to expectations, but I think they have a lot of games to be able to, like, fix this and get out of this slump. And I think that this team, they might not win the World Series. I think no team is a World Series lock, but I think they will get out of the wild card game. And I think, yes, I agree with you that right now, to start this season, they have done nothing to prove that, but I think they will get out of this.
I'm just saying, literally, they have lost 5 series in a row. 3 of them have been to like bad teams.
Wait, what are their...
They got swept by the Cubs. They lost to the Angels.
The Cubs team batting average is like 150.
They lost to the Angels.
Well, okay,
and they
here.
lost to the Reds. And they
Great.
lost
So
to
we've
the Brewers and
established that they're
Padres.
not the team we thought they were. But why are they so bad now? Why do you think they're so bad now? All of a
Because they
sudden.
can't win a game.
But why? Why?
Beats me. They should be
Pressure.
able to win a game. When Clayton Kershaw doesn't pitch, it's the only way they can win.
Wow.
I will say a lot of their, if you could see one bright spot at least, most of their losses have been by 1 run, which is still bad, but like at least they're not getting like destroyed. But still, they're so good on paper, and they're 18 and 17.
Maybe they're
Getting-
the best worst team of all time.
Maybe they are.
I mean, the Dodgers.
Maybe they're gonna be.
The Dodgers as a team are batting .241, which is, They are 10th in strikeouts, hitting wise. So they have .330, which is not good. I mean,
Let's just point out that against the Angels, they were winning 13-0, and they almost lost.
actually,
Yeah, they only won 14-11.
gosh.
Kershaw pitched, and he probably gave up. He gave up no runs. For some reason, they only left him in for 5 innings. Then he goes out, and guess what? 11 runs in 2 innings.
All goes to hell. Jesus.
I think this team cannot win if Kershaw doesn't pitch. They literally can't.
All right. I think that this team is going to pull it out. In the end, they have a lot of time.
And I think you're wrong.
Okay, good. On to my standout for this episode, Aaron Nesmith for the Celtics. In his last 10 games, he has been shooting.
Is he on a 10-day con? I'm just kidding.
No, he literally is.
He's been shooting 55% from 3.
He's literally
in his last
better than
10
Curry from 3.
He's insane.
Percentage-wise.
Yeah, because Curry doesn't shoot.
And the reason...
Actually, yeah, let's just
How many
keep it like
shoots?
that.
How
I
many
hate
threes
Curry.
is he shooting a game?
I can
Probably
find
not
you
that
that
many.
stat.
Probably like 0.8.
Who is this dude?
Aaron Nesmith, he's crazy. Elon, what do you think about Aaron Nesmith?
I think I've watched him play a lot. I mean, not a lot, but like when I see the Celtics play, I always notice him. I notice that he's a hustler. He hustles for everything.
Yeah, he's on a
Absolutely.
10-day contract.
He's a workhorse. He's kind of like Marcus Smart. I feel like, and maybe he's been learning from Marcus
he's
Smart.
Marcus Smart with a little bit of Curry, you know?
In the regular season, he's shooting about
What?
2.3 threes per game. But on the season, he's averaging 38%. But it's drastically gone up.
Yeah. I think he's a standout. Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
What else to say?
For my standout, I have...
No, he's not a standout.
Yeah, he is.
Never heard of him.
Kenyon Martin Jr.?
I
Heard of his
was
dad.
just interrupting you.
What? For my standout, I have Kenyon Martin Jr. You guys know Kenyon Martin Jr. He's a high flyer, first of all. But second of all, the past 6 games, he's had 16, 13, 23, 26, 27, and 15.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play for a team with G Leaguers.
Yeah, you're right, but it's still impressive that he's the one putting up those numbers. He's averaging 20 points the past 6 games.
In my
There's
personal
literally no one
opinion,
else to score.
if you
That's
were to
not true. They
pick,
have Kelly Olynyk.
Whoa!
if you were to pick
They
a
have
standout
Christian
from that
Wood. They
team,
have John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall,
They have
who is
Jay
actually
Sean
like
Tate.
worse than like
They have Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Wasn't he a standout last time we did standouts?
Yeah, Kevin Porter.
Yeah?
and that
And
was
why?
before he visited the strip club.
Because he's a G Leaguer. So why is he a standout?
because he's a G Leaguer, but now he's insane.
Exactly, Lon.
I
You
just,
don't think he's a standout?
I do, but
Yeah,
I just think
that's
it's-
all I need.
think- I think-
Okay, you're done.
I think
You
it's
want-
easy to be a standout when you play for such a horrible team.
Not when all of them just want to go out there and be
Yeah.
the standout.
I think you could pick a couple players from this team. I actually think Jay Sean Tate as a rookie this year, he's starting small forward.
He's literally third in.
I've never even heard him.
Yeah, because you don't watch
Averaging-
basketball.
He's averaging 12
What do you
a game
mean I
in his
don't
last
watch basketball?
12, 5, and 5 in his last 10. That
He impacts the game.
That's Will Barton
But
numbers.
he impacts the game so much when you watch the Rockets.
who Jay Sean Tate?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He should be in serious conversations for Rookie of the Year behind Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball.
I agree.
I think he should be third or maybe fourth behind Tyrese.
So my point is, I think Kenyon Martin Jr. is
What?
a standout. However, if you were to pick a standout from this team, it's Jay Sean Tate.
All right, Gavin, who's ahead of Jay Sean Tate in Rookie of the Year?
Okay, Tyrese Halliburton.
I said that.
No, you didn't.
I said maybe behind Tyrese.
You didn't know. Okay, ready? Peyton Pritchard.
No, my goodness, Gavin.
Just kidding, but I do love the guy.
Yeah, I know you do because you just said him.
Yeah.
I think he's a beast. Do you guys not like
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard?
No, I hate him because he went to Oregon.
Why?
Why did
Such
you
a
hate
hard
Oregon?
worker. Yeah, Jason Tate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bey could be there too, but I still think Jay Sean
Kenyon
Tate
Martin
is better.
Jr.
Baku.
Baku. Why is Baku not in this
Baku Campazzo.
conversation? No, actually though, why is he not in this conversation? Just
Gavin.
for for top
Before
5.
Jamal Murray got injured, he was like basically the 4th string point guard on the Nuggets.
He's like a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's literally like 5'10".
He's amazing.
He's
Incredible.
You know
He's
who's
a
been
little
you know who's
person.
actually been really good lately though? Cole Anthony.
I agree.
Lately, he could be
Once
a
again,
standout.
it's really easy to
All
be
right,
a standout.
Elon,
when
who's your standout?
when your team is made of G Leaguers.
Who's your
okay, my standout is
Oh my
Jared-
God, Elon! Look who's number 12. Desmond Bain.
Bringing back the best player of all time,
Okay.
Desmond Bain.
My standout is Jared Walsh of the Los Angeles Angels.
I thought that was a golfer. It sounds like a golfer.
Okay.
You're gonna have to tell us who he is.
He hits 347. He has hit 7 homers. He is tied for second in RBIs. And he was a nobody last year. He played 32 games last year. He's played 33 this year.
You've argued your case well.
Yeah.
Standout.
Jared Walsh, I agree.
Jared Walsh.
You guys both decree Jared Walsh's standout.
Yeah.
Well, what was he actually doing last year? Like, what was his actual
Literally
stats?
nothing. He had like 6 home runs.
He has-
in 32
he
games,
already
got,
has
like,
more-
290.
He already has more RBIs this year than he had all of last year.
Yeah. And-
Now, last year was a 60-game season, but still.
but he only played 32
Yeah,
games.
exactly. And his on-base percentage is correct. 426. That's good.
Yeah, he's 5th in batting average.
Yeah.
This dude's incredible.
Yeah, he's MVP candidate.
Cy Young
Just kidding.
favorite.
7 homers.
Not actually MVP, but
Cy Young is a pitcher's
Well, yeah, no.
award.
I was clearly joking,
yep,
Avi.
clearly joking, Avi.
You did not think I was joking?
I mean,
I literally smiled when I said that.
yeah, but I whatever. Okay.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I think Jared Walsh is standout. All right, for
Well,
the
good
answer.
thing you do, because he is a standout.
Okay.
So is Kenyon Martin Jr.
Not necessarily.
For the answer to the trivia question, what is the number of most consecutive NBA MVPs? The answer was 3. If you got it right, congrats. If you didn't,
Who was it?
Who was it?
Yeah.
Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and Wilt Chamberlain.
You're right.
Wow! Avi knows his NBA knowledge.
Well,
Let's go.
thanks for watching this week's episode, or today's episode of 5280 Real Talk. Don't forget to subscribe and follow our Instagram at 5280 Real Talk. Thank you.